I'm going to read chapter 16. It's gonna be back. Okay. The magic art of the great humbug. The great humbug is old. Before reading chapter 16, talking about chapter 15, Oz. The Russian companies went to the palace to ask Oz to get their wish, and then came true. But Oz told them, come tomorrow. But they were angry. So the lion roared fiercely, and Oz, a tall or little, small and man, surprised, and then fell down. And then they saw a little man fall. And they asked, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Oz." So, and then they heard the secret of Oz. Oz was from Omaha. He was a pentanilist. I don't know exactly the word, and then someone who mimic the sound looks like comedian, and comedian like mimicking celebrities. And then he can also could mimic birds or animals. And then he was bored, and then he became a balloonist who promoted the circus using balloon. One day, the rope was twisted, and then he flew away, and then he arrived at the place where green people lived, and then he came down from the cloud. So when the green people knew he was a wizard. So and then he lived as a wonderful wizard. Wizard of great, terrible. Anyway, okay, so now, Oz was wise, and then he gave Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and the lions their wish, just only using their Oz's command. And then to Dorothy, he promised to take her to Kansas, riding balloon. So and they made balloon. Okay, let's check. And here you go.
By L. Frank Baum. Chapter 16. The Magic Art of the Great Humbug. Next morning, the Scarecrow said to his friends, "Congratulate me. I am going to Oz to get my brains at last. When I return, I shall be as other men are."
I've always liked you as you were," said Dorothy simply. "It's kind of you to like a Scarecrow," he replied.
"You will think more of me when you hear the splendid thoughts my new brain is going to turn out."
Then he said goodbye to them all in a cheerful voice and went to the throne room, where he left out the door. "Come in," said Oz.
Crow went in and found the little man sitting down by the window, engaged in deep thought. "I have come for my brains," remarked the Scarecrow, a little uneasily.
"Oh yes, sit down in the chair, please," replied Oz. "You must excuse me for taking your head off, But I shall have to do it in order to put your brains.
Said the Scarecrow. You are quite welcome to take my head off, as long as it will be a better one when you put it on again.
So the wizard unfastened his head and emptied out the straw. Then he entered the back room and took up a measure of blood, which he mixed out of the great many pins and needles.
Shaking them together thoroughly, he filled the top of the Scarecrow's head with the mixture and stuffed the rest of the space with straw to hold it in place.
When he had fastened the Scarecrow's head on his body again, he said to him, "Hereafter you will be a great man, for I have given you a lot of the brand new brains."
And proud at the fulfillment of his greatest wish, and having thanked Oz warmly, he went back to his friends. Dorothy looked at him curiously.
His head was quite bulged out at the top with brains. "How do you feel?" she asked. "I feel wise indeed," he answered honestly.
When I get used to my brains, I shall know everything. Why are those needles and pins sticking out of your head? Asked the Tin Woodman.
"Let us prove that he is sharp," remarked the Lion. "Well, I must go to get my heart," said the woman.
Long room and knocked at the door. "Come in," called Oz, and the Woodman entered and said, "I have come for my heart."
"Very well," answered the little man, "but I shall have to cut a hole in your breast so I can put your heart in the right place. I hope it won't hurt you."
"I shall not feel it at all." So Oz brought a pair of tinsmith shears and cut a small square hole in the left side of the Tin Woodman's breast.
Then, going to a chest of drawers, and he took out a pretty heart made entirely of silk and stuffed with sawdust. "Then, beauty?" he asked.
Replied the Woodman, who was greatly pleased. "But is it a kind heart?" "Oh, very," answered Oz.
He put a heart in the woodman's breast and then replaced the square of tin, soldering the neatly together. "Wait, Edmund."
"Now you have a heart that any man might be proud of. I am sorry that I had to put a patch on your breast, but it really couldn't be helped."
"Never mind that patch," exclaimed the happy woodman. "I'm very grateful to you and shall never forget your kindness." "Don't speak of it," replied Oz.
Then the Tin Woodman went back to his friends, who wished him every joy on account of his good fortune. The Lion now walked to the throne room and knocked at the door.
"Come in," said Oz. "I have come first in my courage," announced the Lion, entering the room. "Very well," answered the little man. "I will get it for you."
"Get it for you." He went to a cupboard and, reaching up to a high shelf, took down a square green bottle, the contents of which he poured into a green gold dish, beautifully carved.
Placing this before the cold Lion, who sniffed at it as if he did not like it, the wizard said, "Drink." "What's it?" asked the Lion.
"Well," answered Oz, "if it were inside of you, it would be courage. You know, of course, that courage is always inside one, so that this really cannot be called courage until you have swallowed it."
"Therefore, I advise you to drink it as soon as possible." The Lion hesitated no longer, but drank till the dish was empty. "How do you feel now?" asked
Oz. "Full of courage," replied the Lion, who went joyfully back to his friends to tell them of his good fortune.
Oz laughed himself, smart to think of his success in giving the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman and Lion exactly what they thought they wanted.
"Being a humbug," he said, "when all these people make me do things that everybody knows can't be done. It was
easy to make a Scarecrow and the Lion and Tin Woodman happy because they imagined I could do anything."
just imagination to carry Dorothy back to Kansas, and I'm sure I don't know how it can be done."
The end. Okay. Right. Done.